Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer and today I'm going to do a Sunday prep. Well, it's a Sunday prep video, but it's Sunday prep just because I have a lot of things that I want to get done in the kitchen today. First off, I have boneless, skinless chicken breast going in the Instant Pot. I didn't, it's not even half full in my 6-quart Instant Pot here, or electric pressure cooker, I guess I should call it. And so I only set it for 13 minutes. I figure that's going to be plenty. And then I always let it just naturally release when I'm doing things like this. I'm not in a rush is what I'm trying to say. So I'll just let that naturally release. And since I thawed an entire 5-pound package of the boneless, skinless chicken breast, I thought that I would make a marinade. This is particularly, there we go, marinated Italian chicken. And yeah, this is one of the recipes. This is going to be on page 31 in my newest cookbook. It's not out yet. It's going to be out probably, I've been saying August 1st, but honestly, everyone, it looks like it's going to be closer to the middle of August when it actually gets shipped to me. So anyway, this is the recipe. It's just mayo, Italian dressing, and then a bunch of extra seasonings. I really like this one. Warren's going to grill the chicken later today. I always feel like raw meat through the camera screen just looks a little unappetizing. But anyway, there's all the chicken breasts that I have. I think there's 8 pieces there, and I'm going to get those marinating right now. And then next up, I have a package of, this is actually ground venison, almost 2 pounds, and I'm going to make some meat sauce, like spaghetti meat sauce.
Oh boy. Oh. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes! He's got a trapping license under active farmer.
Okay, I've just moved on to the pumpkin bars, and I completely forgot that I actually put the pumpkin, the leftover pumpkin from when Peter made pumpkin bars last time, I actually put it in the freezer. So now it's rock solid. So I'm just gonna have to push this aside for a little bit, and maybe I'll try running this under some water and see if I can get it to thaw quickly. Maybe I'll just set it in a bowl of water to get it to thaw, and I'm gonna move on to like the fruits and vegetables that I need to prep. So I just moved on to vegetables, and I divided them up because actually some of this food prep, I'm not sure if I mentioned it already, but Warren and I are heading out of town, and Emily is going to be in charge. Well, Emily and Sparky, they're going to be in charge, and so I cut up some vegetables for them to have here for feeding kids, and then I cut up some extras here in Ziploc bags for Warren and I to take along, because we're staying at VRBO, and there's a full kitchen there. It's like a little condo type of a thing. Anyway, I just thought, you know what, it would be nice if we had some food, so we didn't have to buy everything when we're out. Okay, I'm going to move on to cleaning the grapes. I'm also going to clean 2 pounds of strawberries, and I'm going to slice up this whole stick of sausage, and then just divide that stuff up between home and for us taking, you know, for snacking and that. So just like with the vegetables, I divided up the fruit, a bowl of fruit for everyone who's staying home, and a small container of fruit for Warren and I to take. Now I am moving on to the chicken. This was in the Instant Pot for 13 minutes, and then I let it naturally release, and then I just turned it off, took the cover off so it could kind of cool, and it feels like it's going to be cool enough for me to handle now. So I'm just going to get this shredded up. That'll help it cool all the way. And then while I was cutting up vegetables before, oh, got a little piece of carrot in there. Oh, so what? I diced up some celery as well as some onion because I'm going to make some chicken salad, and I thought that, again, I'll divide that up. My kids aren't huge fans, at least the little kids aren't huge fans of chicken salad, but I know that Emily likes it, and so I thought, you know, she probably would like to have some chicken salad, and I'm going to take some for Warren and I. So I always end up over making chicken salad because I think, oh, this isn't going to make enough, and then the chicken shreds and it like seems like it expands, and then I have all kinds of chicken salad. So we'll see how much it makes. I have a recipe for my chicken salad. It is in the first cookbook that so many of you already have, and that's what I base my chicken salad off of. I rarely open it up and use the recipe because I just know I've made it literally for 25.5 years now, so I pretty much have it figured out by now. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get chicken salad made, and we'll just keep on adding ingredients until it is just right. I've seen lots of like short little video clips where people will use their KitchenAid for shredding their chicken. I just don't like to do it. I tried it once. I didn't like the way that worked so much. Actually, I think I tried it at Amber's, and I mean, I guess it worked. But for me, it's just easier to just quick do it like this. You know, sometimes you just cannot teach an old dog a new trick. And that's one thing. I'm just gonna talk to you guys a little bit about that. That is one thing when you share your life on YouTube. Well, first of all, I'm not sharing all of my life. I mean, this is just a little tiny percentage of any particular day or week. But what happens, and I do appreciate all of the comments and everything from all of you, and the tips and the suggestions, because often I learn something new from you all that I think, God, why did I not think of that? And sometimes I give it a try and I'm like, man, that was the best thing ever. And sometimes I try it and I'm like, well, it just doesn't really suit me. And it's really, really easy, I think, to sit on the other side of the camera, so to be the audience of these videos and to, you know, sit there and wonder, why does she do it like that? Like before, I was using that little knife to cut the celery, And I was just chuckling to myself because I was thinking, I'm sure there's so many people out there right now thinking, why doesn't she use a better knife for that? You want to know why? Because I had that knife next to me. I had already used it to cut carrots when I was cutting the ends off the carrots. And so I just used it. Why go over and have to rinse that one, put that one away, get another knife? I just use it. And I do run the risk of getting judged, that's for sure. Oh, a big chunk of skin on this one. That's kind of weird. And I know when I do goofy things like that, I run the risk of getting judged. And not judged in a nice way, judged in a harsh way. But you know what? This is my life and this is my kitchen. And I would bet that other people do similar things like that, where you know there's probably a better way to do it right now, but for whatever reason, this piece is a little tough. But for whatever reason, you just do whatever works the best for that moment. So, all right. Yeah, this one piece here is a little bit tougher. I don't know why. But once I get this mixed in with the mayo and the Miracle Whip, I like to do a combination of the two of those. Once I get this all mixed in, it's going to be good. Oh, this one's super tender again. It was just that one breast was kind of must have been a tough old bird, although that doesn't make sense because from what I understand, they only raise these chickens out for a short while before they go to the butcher. I know that you guys aren't really getting any glimpses of the kids today. Peter and Warren are out working on trapping stuff. Peter took his trapper education class and passed. I knew that he would. So yeah, so they're outside just really working on, Warren's been working with Peter on setting different sizes of traps and everything and showing him kind of the tips and tricks because some of those traps are pretty strong and you don't want to get your fingers caught in those. So anyway, they're working on that. Maria has just been crafting all day. She found some little wooden shapes that I think probably came from a craft bin from my mom, and she's been painting them and turning them into Barbie plates and coasters and toys for her little baby Barbies and things like that. And Joe, he's been out playing basketball for a good portion of the day, and Sam is at a friend's. So yeah, it's just been it's just kind of been me in here. I guess they've been in and out and everything, but it's just been me. And you know, a lot of times, I know in so many of my videos you'll see like kids helping in the kitchen. Typically, I don't know if this would be a rule or more of just like my rule of thumb, is that if they are like actively engaged in something like crafting or working on traps or just anything, I mean reading, writing a letter, I don't think that they would ever be doing that. That one's pretty rare, but like out jumping on the trampoline or doing some sort of like outdoor sport or activity or whatever, I don't usually call them in to help me in the kitchen unless we're prepping for something and I know that like I'm not going to be able to get it done without a couple extra hands. But if they're just sitting around and they're kind of moping, wanting to watch TV or that type of thing, or coming to me saying, I don't know what to do, what can I do, what should I do, I'm bored, that kind of thing, then I immediately pull them into the kitchen. I'm like, all right, come on in the kitchen. And I try to do it with like a happy heart and a good voice, not like, all right, well then you got to get in the kitchen and help. You know, I don't want it to be like that. I try to say, oh, well, would you like to chop celery or would you like to peel the carrots? That would be, you know, a good thing. And sometimes they're a little hesitant at first, but then once they get into it and we start just kind of chit-chatting in the kitchen about whatever, then it just seems like they kind of get into it and enjoy it then. So, all right, I gotta get this chicken salad going. So like I said, I already have in here the celery and the onions. And now I'm gonna add all of those dried cranberries. I normally add sliced or slivered almonds. I've done pecans before too, but I'm gonna do walnuts today. I don't have any almonds today. I have pecans and I have salted almonds, but I don't want to do that. I have pecans and I have walnuts, and I just thought, you know what, walnuts sounds really good. So again, here's one of those things. I could get out a cutting board right now and a knife and coarsely chop my walnuts, and it would probably go faster. But I don't want to have to dirty a knife. I don't want to have to go over and get the cutting board. And I'm kind of running out of space here. So it's just as fast for me to kind of break up these as I put them in. Some of them are already broken because I don't want them ground. I just want small-ish chunks of nuts. So I did actually open up my cookbook just to the recipe, just to be sure that I wasn't forgetting something, because all of a sudden I thought, I feel like I'm forgetting something. And what I realized is that normally when I make this, I don't put onions in it. I guess if I was just making it for Warren and I, we love the onions all the way. But sometimes other people think that the onions give it a little too strong of a flavor. So oftentimes I just put in onion powder. And that was what was giving me like the brain fog this time. I was like, why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? It's because the cookbook says to use onion powder instead of onion, but do as you wish. I'm gonna get this stuff stirred up first, and then I will add in the chicken. And you don't have to do it like that. I mean, honestly, just do it however you really want to. I also like to add some salt and pepper. And pepper in chicken salad, again, is one of those things that's really personal preference. Both Warren and I love pepper, so I add pepper. If you don't like pepper, don't add the pepper. I can see I'm going to have to get my mayo and Miracle Whip back out, because since this is a little bit more chicken than like 2 cups, it's probably honestly more like 4 cups of chicken if I would have actually measured it. I am going to need more mayo. The pumpkin is thawed now, so I'm finally going to get back to the pumpkin bars. All I have to do is add in that pumpkin and then 1 cup of oil, get it stirred up, and then I'm going to get it into my big Pyrex glass pan, which I think is like a 9 by 13 or, no, sorry. I think it's like a 10 by 15 or 10 by 13, something like that.
Cedar trees, they love that. That's where Talk about equipment podcast.
All right, so I just need to get this plugged in. I'm going to set it to the dough cycle. This is my soft sandwich bread. I've been making this recipe a lot lately, and it just, the bread keeps well. It keeps for quite some time, like a full week, and yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to get this set. I always do it in the bread machine. It's going to puff, and it's going to fill up this whole thing. I'll have to scrub the top because it'll really, kind of makes a little bit of a mess in there, but that's all right. It's a lot faster than me having to do all the kneading and everything. It just, I can sit, I can walk away, go do something else, and come back and then shape it and get it in the oven. Okay, after a long break from the kitchen, I'm back in the kitchen, and my bread dough, I just took it out of the bread machine. It actually was enormous, touching the lid and everything. Yeah, my lid is busted off, but it still works. My bread machine still works. Does what I need it to do. We're just working on supper, so Warren is grilling those marinated chicken breasts that I did earlier today. I'm going to make a box of macaroni and cheese. We are going to have pork and beans, and I am going to slice up 3 peaches, maybe 4 peaches. We'll see how many, how it looks. Still need to do dishes. That's still on the docket for today. So while I wait for my water to boil, I'm going to get my bread shaped and get it into the pans. And also, so the pumpkin bars came out of the oven before I even went outside. They're just cooling here. I'm going to make a cream cheese frosting, which I always do cream cheese frosting pretty much the same. About a half a block, which is about 4 ounces. It can be a little more, a little less, it's fine, of cream cheese, a half stick of butter, which is a 1/4 cup. It could be a little more, a little less, it's fine. About a teaspoon of vanilla, a tablespoon of milk, little more, little less, and then about 2 to 3 cups of powdered sugar. So that is basically cream cheese frosting. Don't overthink it. It always tastes delicious. Always, always, always. We're at the end of the evening here. It's 8:30 and I did just pull the bread out. I should have, when I started today, I should have started with getting the bread into the bread machine so that it would be doing its thing while I was doing the rest of the kitchen work. But anyway, I didn't. So I'm just pulling the bread out here finally, and I like to turn my bread on its side as it cools just so that it doesn't, I just think it stays fluffier that way. And this recipe, I want to tell you, if you look at these 2 loaves, they're pretty long. And if you were to make this and use like a regular 9 by 5 inch bread loaf pan, I would probably divide this into 3 loaves instead of just 2. I use these like extra long bread loaf pans like this. Neither one of these I can really link to. This one I bought at a little antique store once. This one I got from my grandparents' basement. So I can't link to those, but anyway, just use like longer bread pans or 2 or 3, I mean 3 smaller ones. Here are the pumpkin bars. They're totally cooled. I don't think I'm going to get those frosted tonight. I'll probably just frost them in the morning, or I'll just let Peter make the frosting tomorrow when we are on our way on our little trip. All right, so that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, a little bit of a Sunday prep. It's been a while since I've done one of those. I'm going to link a couple more Sunday preps here where I made probably more things than I did today, but this was the perfect, I got the perfect amount of things done for what I needed to get done for the upcoming week, and that's what I would encourage you to do. If you are wanting to do a Sunday prep, just prep what you think you're actually going to use. If you over prep and think, oh, I got so much done, but you over prepped, things are going to go to waste, and that's never a good thing, especially in this economy. So I hope that you guys have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.